What's up, Internet? Welcome back to the Crypto Junkie channel, where we talk about all things crypto. Today, what I wanted to talk about is edge, okay? So edge in trading, edge in investing, edge in just looking at these markets, crypto markets, equities markets, anything that you can get your hands on to make a buck off of. You need to have a clear, discernible edge, right? I talk about this over and over again, and it's the biggest pushback I get is that people think that there's like some more hidden sauce. They want more lines on a chart. They want more details. They want more stuff, more information, because it can't just be that simple. It can't just be that we're waiting around most of the time for things to line up, and when a bunch of those things line up, then we take action, then we strike, and then we move. They just don't understand that. Now, recently I covered the top 3 lessons to be taken away from New Market Wizard books. And I had this video shot already, but it was just trash because I was just talking. It just turned into me talking shit about fucking YouTubers, which is lame and it's pathetic. So I didn't want to do that. But what I do want to talk about is like just the position that cryptocurrency and investing and personal finance YouTubers, like the position that they're in. Like they're fucked for the most part. Okay, and so you wonder why they have to keep shooting these videos, why they have to break down every single credit card into its own video, and why every single week they have to make clickbait with all this shit and, you know, lies, whatever. Like, who knows if they're actually fulfilling on the title or the thumbnail in the video. I don't know. I'm just going off of like literally doing a search for like Dogecoin, right? And we see like this. What is this? Like a 60-year-old fucking guy now talking about it. So it's like everyone's talking about this at this point, right? And so let's talk about why they really have no choice. They have no choice, and I've run enough YouTube channels now to know is that you have to be feeding the beast every single fucking day. You got to be feeding the beast, and if you're not, hitting certain metric numbers, then they're going to stop sending out notifications for you. So it doesn't matter if you got 3,000 subs or 50,000 subs. If there's not enough people watching and watching enough of the video, they're going to stop sending out notifications because it's better for them to send out notifications for another channel. So it gets people captured in this like catch-22 of I always have to be making content, but what if I make really good content and just answer all the questions once? I don't have to shoot more content, but I have to shoot more content because the algorithms need more content, and otherwise my channel will die into obscurity. So it's like this constant back and forth of I have no choice if I want to be on this platform, but to consistently make content, upload, go live. So unless you can come up with new stuff to talk about, you're left talking about the same shit over and over again, right? And the more we talk about things, they get baked into consciousness. And so they don't become edge or alpha anymore. They just get diluted down into meaning nothing, right? And so that is really what you're up against with this. And that's why, like, if we're scrolling through, like how many personal finance YouTubers now have moved on to becoming crypto people? How many of them are still making videos about, you know, saving money and interest rate calculators and, you know, how much do you need to retire off of and points models for, you know, Amex cards? How many of those guys are still around? I think there's like one. I think it's like Ask Sebi. And he's the only one that's really like pure still. The rest of them, what altcoin will 100x? Dogecoin 10x, Shibu this, just dog shit. So now let's talk about that piece of it, because all of this is edge, by the way. That's what's hilarious. I could talk about what I'm about to discuss for hours, and all of that is edge. I don't have hours though. I got like 10 more minutes and then my food's getting here and I'm fucking starving right now. So like I said, the last video is I was just talking shit about all these other YouTubers, how they pivoted and started just talking about Doge and Shibu and all this other crap. But here's what's occurred, okay? Crypto has changed. Cryptocurrencies has changed. You just don't realize that it's changed. You don't care. You don't want to know that it's changed because you want to believe that it's the same thing as when you got into it. So for everyone that got in at 2017, crypto is completely different today than it was then. Now, the first big domino to fall was futures. The next huge domino to fall is going to be ETFs. But in between that, there's been this silent hijack. And you see, this seems to be the strategy across the board. The strategy across the board to infiltrate, to hijack, to go in and take over things quietly over time. And then after a while, they just rug pull it. So the core principles that made up that thing no longer become true. And that's what's slowly happening with Bitcoin. Again, people just don't want to see that. Is that it's slowly changed. When everyone's talking about it, it's not the same thing anymore, right? When Michael Saylor can't save you from the top and the El Salvador president can't, you know, buy enough at the top to save the price action, it's no longer the same. When JP Morgan starts to put out charts and analysis on a regular basis about Bitcoin and ETH and crypto, it's no longer the same. When Mark Cuban's in it, when Gary Vee's in it, it's no longer the same. So I talk about this quiet hijacking. What does this mean exactly? Well, what's occurred is all of these people from ex-SEC positions, ex-Obama era administration people, all these people that look really good on a resume, that look really good on a don't come after us and fuck us SEC standpoint, start to get rolled into positions on DAOs, rolled into positions on board of directors. They come in and help consult on cryptocurrency projects, and before you know it, they've got enough of their soldiers, their army, that have infiltrated enough of these projects that they now get to sway opinion. This is how this works, and it's just like shocking, and so many people are like, oh my god, dude, this is a conspiracy theory. This isn't how it works. Well, have you been living under a fucking rock? This is how everything works. This is how they destroy everything they don't like. Everything that's a threat to them, Bitcoin included, this is what they do. And they're really fucking good at it, which is why you don't see it happening. Because if you roll out something slow enough, you'll never see it. But if I rip this shit off like a Band-Aid, well then the pain is right there, and we all, you know, rise up or whatever, and we fight it. But if not, then slow overtime occurs, right? So this has already been happening. Just look at the rate of scams and rug pulls that you have now in comparison to 2017. 2017, there was bigger scams. BitConnect, USI Tech, BitClub was another one. What was there? There's like 5 or 6 other mining companies that were all fake. There's more money lost now than there was then. But yet we're on the precipice of fucking regulation. We have a bigger space. We have more people in the space. We have more watchdogs in the space. We have more people getting sued. Kim Kardashian's getting sued. Mayweather is as well for that Ethereum Max thing that they promoted. So if that's occurring, how is it possible that more money now, more than ever, is being stolen and rug pulled in NFT projects, in fake, whatever layer 1 network projects that end up launching? They're sold on, oh, this is going to be cheap. This is going to be an Ethereum killer. This is this killer. And then they rug pull. It's happened on Matic. It's happened on Phantom. It's happened on Poly. It's happened on, well, Poly is Matic. It's happened on every fucking layer 2, or layer 1, excuse me. Layer 1 solution. So, like, don't pretend like this isn't occurring. It is at a massive rate. And the amount, like, I would love to see if somebody could accurately figure out how much money now has been lost. It's got to be a retarded amount. So, how is crypto still the same? There's been no development to Bitcoin. The Taproot thing is a nothing burger. The Lightning Network was a nothing burger. No adoption. I mean, what's left for Bitcoin at this point? The store of value narrative is the third narrative that they've done. So nothing's the same that you thought it was. Like, and we're no longer at the tip of the spear. We're no longer early adopters. We're nothing. We're Apple right now. You're not special to go buy Apple right now. You're not an early adopter. It doesn't signify anything special about your ability to sniff out really great technology or the next movement in humanity. To buy Apple now, you're just a fucking everybody else. It's the same shit with Bitcoin. You're just like everybody else. It's 13 years old now. There's nothing special about it, and it's fundamentally changed and shifted and been hijacked from what you originally thought it was. And I just don't get how people, they don't see it. Now, I've seen this happen, and that's why I'm so good at talking about it. I've seen this happen at the core level of a project. I know just how special it is to get a group of people who are all aligned with the proper mission, and they know what up is. They know what north is. They know, the North Star is clearly identified. They know where they're going. And I've watched as that small core team of like 5 people, they hired on more people. And the new people slowly infiltrated and manipulated. These people are so fucking masterful at this shit too. You have no idea how good these people are at like just sneaking in and then starting to pin people against each other, starting to spin words and make shit up, straw man arguments this, racism, wokeness, bullshit that. And before you know it, they've now injected all of these fucking fractions and all of these fractures rather into this original pure thing. And you see this happen time and time and time again. And then what happens? Boom. Just breaks up. That was done on purpose. That was done on purpose because something within that project, somebody didn't like. It represented a threat. It represented something that made them feel a certain way, whatever that was. So that is happening across cryptocurrency right now. And so what comes next is it's just going to become a place where you're mostly going to lose money, but you're pretending like it's going to give you all this yield. And it's going to get further and further diluted down. So the next big dilution is going to be the regulation, because they're going to make it to where you can't move as a U.S. resident. You can't move within the confines of the ecosystem, the decentralized ecosystem, without all these stop and checkpoints. That's what they want. They want to put in so many checkpoints on this road that you can't even drive down the fucking road anymore. So how is that the same shit that we all signed up for? How is that like, fighting the man and, going with something that was better than the financial system? How is that disrupting anything? It's not. And they're going to come in and get away with that. And how they're going to handle Bitcoin and ETH is they've already infiltrated ETH. ETH 2.0 is never going to fucking happen. I listened to some shit with Vitalik the other day, and he's confident that it's going to happen over the next 6 years. Good luck, guys. But with Bitcoin, they don't have to do anything, because they're going to come in and they're going to leverage ETFs just like they do gold and silver and physical holdings, and they're going to just manipulate that so that it's constantly just losing you money over and over and over again. It's not trading organically. It's not trading like a natural market would anymore. It's just constantly being manipulated. That's what's going to happen with it. Okay, and it's fucking tragic. But that also means like we need to move on to something. And so again, edge-wise, like know your edge. Know where you're at in the market cycle. Know where you're at with the technology cycle. Okay, and I can assure you that Web 3.0 is not the next best step, but it looks like that's where they want to take it. So I don't think that's the best thing, but that's where they're going to take it. And so start to prepare yourself for that, right? All right, edge. Here you go. ROI from Bitcoin over 2021, right here, next to oil and energy. The two things that they're trying to get rid of, right? Because carbon footprint, and yeah, we need to get rid of this overnight. Petroleum fuels all of that. Lithium, all the copper, all the other minerals that you need to get, it is fueled off of petrol and oil. Okay, so this is not going to go away for a really, really long time, even though they're trying to like rug pull this shit and say that it's got to go now. Hold on. Edge, you need it. Otherwise, you're fucked. Okay, so clear, discernible edge. And what we're looking for is many things to line up. We're looking for indicators to line up. We're looking for oscillators to line up. We're looking for fundamental stuff. What is the big stuff coming down the pipe? With Bitcoin, it's some sort of regulation. DeFi and stables are going to get some sort of legislation passed. Okay, that's what's coming down the pipe. It's a main conversation piece now for Congress, House, Senate, etc. So expect that. Like, what news pieces are coming up? So all of that is your catalyst. It's your sentiment check-in. It's the pieces that help you create the edge. And if you spend enough time in the market and you get enough skills and you acquire enough skills in the market, you start to be able to merge these two things, where you realize the significance or insignificance of a news piece. You realize the significance of how many addresses are holding Bitcoin, how much miners are buying or selling at that current time, how many new addresses or active addresses there are, how much Bitcoin is sitting on exchanges. You're able to merge that data with TA data, with news, with all of this, and it tells you a story. And then you take that story and you act on that story. That is fucking edge, my friends. So, do we get it now? Can I stop shooting these videos talking about edge? Because I feel like I've shot like 50 of them in the last month, just explaining the same shit over and over and over again. And if there's no edge, guess what? You do nothing. You do nothing, because you're saving money and you're actually in a better position by not doing anything, because you're not losing capital. You're not fucking your mind up. You're not like getting into a negative rut or a negative, streak of any kind. So you're just chilling, just relax. Watch the chart. We got an upside target and a possible downside target. Once it crosses this level, or this happens or that happens, we start to pay attention, upside or downside. And then we start to get ourselves prepared to enter into a position. Outside of that, we're just chilling, dude. Go look at something else. Go pick up some new hobbies. Go study some more. Go research some more. That's it. That's edge. And that's how you leverage edge. So there is no award for spending 15, 18 hours sitting in front of a chart. You're not a hero. It doesn't make you smarter, maybe, but it definitely doesn't equate to the more time I spend in front of a chart, the more money I make, the better trades I make. No, and usually just the opposite. There's an attrition rate that starts to occur. You start to lose more money than you make the more time you spend in front of the screen. So, sentiment check. This is great for sentiment check, by the way. And I think there's a small amount of edge in all of these YouTubers that are talking about, whatever, whether it's top lists or, the next metaverse coin or Web 3.0, whatever. But if the video is getting 2-3 million views, you're battling against 2-3 million people. And if we look at the entire market, who we're up against hundreds of millions of other people. With crypto, it's an unlimited amount of people. Everyone's fucking involved. So that's who your competition is. So let's remember that when it comes to edge. Like, you really think like one single piece of data is going to be like this perfect piece of edge that's going to like position you in front of everyone else? You're going to like beat quants and AI and fucking, you know, these huge hedge funds and firms. You're going to beat them with like one piece of data? No, probably not. Probably not. So anyways, my food's almost here. I'm hungry. But hopefully this video is valuable for you. I think it's much better than the first version I shot. I got a little ranty on that one. I did here too, but I think it's better value for you. So if you agree, just like this video. It helps us get in front of more people. Helps us with this whole bullshit algorithm game. Comment below, like it, subscribe if you're brand new here and you like this sort of thing. Be on the lookout. More videos coming soon. See ya.